Okay, hi guys and girls, this is OctolingNinjala2017 there, and we're going about explaining about CiblesYT's theory and Wishlist once again, as well as appropriate rap battle videos, which we're not going to be taking a look at that. Now why I was doing that? Well, and some nonsense like CiblesYT also need to stop. Now let me tell you about that. Now where's the full screen for that? Oh, there, yes. Now every fans of SMG4 like we are, if you are wondering about CiblesYT non-Wishlist, make it look like a believable, but I really don't find it very believable. Try to get fans to believe him, but I don't even get that. I really don't even know I could trust CiblesYT either. With very inappropriate content. Now about his Wishlist, it really sort of bothered me like that. And this is where it's making it look believable. I'm going to show you about his videos later. From now on, let me talk about his nonsense. Now about the store for the Wishlist nonsense, we're also supposed to be focused on mecha who not been graduating, but we don't know if they're supposed to be next to it or something like that. I like that, but we don't know yet. If we'll make a theory up like that way, I really wish you had to be very careful. Also, I recommend that. But now when I play poorly like that, now can I pause it? Oh, there's the way I pause button. Now let me show the video itself, because it's trying to make it look like a believable, but I don't even believe that. Now let's take a look at Wishlist, when I wish I should mention that. So it's look like a fake believable Wishlist feeder for future SMG4 videos, but we don't know about rest of the SMG4 of 2023 could be like, because some of the years still need gone by first. You have to be on the standby that.
It's the new year, and along with it.
Now let's take a look what he had to say that. I still do not believe him still.
It's the new year, and along with it, SMG4 is taking a 2-week break from videos. So I decided that to hopefully satisfy your needs, here are some things that I want to see from the series going into 2023. Make sure to like and subscribe, and enjoy the video. The #1 thing that I want to see come out of SMG4 in 2023 is more experimentation. Most SMG4 videos these days all follow a similar plotline, and the majority of them seem to play it safe. I want the series to branch out and do something new and unique that we haven't seen in a decently long time. Perhaps to have a video that doesn't actually have Mario as the main character, and have characters that normally wouldn't interact actually have some form of interaction. Perhaps make something like Mario Simulator, but with another character, or even bring back the Meet the Cast series that Luke stated he wanted to return in 2022. Another thing that I personally wish the series would do in 2023 is perhaps to make some corrections to the redesigned characters, specifically Fishy Boopkins. This model is extremely unoptimized and needs some patching up, as for some reason, Boopkins' model is the biggest model in size that came out of the redesigns, and for some reason, his eyelids are 4K quality. Of course, while they're at it, perhaps patch up some stuff with 4 and 3's redesigns as well, and just bring them some quality of life improvements. This brings me to my next point. The biggest thing I want out of SMG4 in 2023 is another arc, but of course, this arc isn't just any ordinary arc. I want an arc that could essentially patch up any persisting plot holes or issues within the series. The likelihood of this happening is pretty slim, but I'm going to list off some things that I personally would love to see out of this hypothetical arc. First off, I want Maggie's long-lasting college arc to come to a close. In my opinion, this arc should have been completed in 2022, but for some reason, the series just forgot about it after Revelations, and they didn't mention it again until close to the end of the year. If they weren't going to do anything with her throughout 2022, they really should have ended her college arc with Melanie in Revelations. However, they didn't. So in 2023, please, I just hope they can find some way to end this dragged on college arc and also give a satisfying conclusion at the same time. Another thing that I would like out of this arc is finally providing new development. That's not gonna be happening. She has received next to nothing since the Waluigi arc, and she, out of anyone else in the series, is probably the most needed character that needs some sort of development. She and Belle don't even have backstories, and if they were placed into the series for the sole purpose of promoting Metarunner, with Metarunner finished, there isn't much of a reason of having her in the series. Perhaps providing new backstories and development for the character can actually give a reasoning as to why she's here. Now, to provide some more things that I want in this arc is for more SMG 1 and 2 screen time, development between Swag and Chris, perhaps bring in some characters from GNR to do that, more of a dynamic between Bob and Boopkins to better showcase their friendship, more screen time from Psycho and Kaizo, and perhaps you could include the more optimized redesigns in this hypothetical arc. And finally, I would like them to address some plot holes and retcons that Cosmology had introduced into the series, such as 4 and 3's first meetup, or how Luke and SMG4 the character are tied together. Now, you may be asking yourself, how would it be possible to address all of these issues in one singular arc? Well, the thing is, this arc could potentially be the biggest arc of the show so far, especially if they're following the tradition of when arcs appear. Last time we got a much smaller arc, being the Lawsuit arc. I'd imagine in 2023, there's a potential that we could get a new arc almost as big as Genesis, and at the very least address some of the problems in said arc. It would be extremely beneficial to the series in the long term. That way, when we do get more bigger stories and plots in the future, it doesn't just create even more plot holes to add on top of the already existing ones. And that, my friend, is my SMG4 2023 wish list. Thanks for watching. It's the new year, and along with it, SMG4 is taking...
I'm not going to showcase this one again when I next press where I feel like it, but we don't. Now remember what CiblesYT's mentioned about that nonsense and redesign? Well, that has nothing to do with that, because in top of the SMG4 Kevin already patched redesign up back then before releasing on Steam back in 2022, right after Lawsuit arc. I mean, who is responsible to get them sorted before releasing like that? SMG4 Kevin is. And also, don't get me started about Astro arc could be way longer than Anime arc and Genesis arc. I mean, why SMG4 Kevin would do that? The Wishlist was look like really believable, but I still don't believe him. So, with why how do you play Puyo Puyo Tetsu for second Mega Drive version? I'll put on emulator to talk about CiblesYT's nonsense. We just need to stop. And it's really bothering me like that. despite the redesign, that has nothing to do with that. And we don't know about Tower's new redesign in Fusion Stu Arc because it's making me Western fans need to stop doing that. I mean, who is responsible about that? Redesign Tower for the next Stu Arc? Well, we don't know yet because that's up to asking for Kevin to decide that. Now remember what I talked about character arc that's never happened for message for Kevin back in last year in 2022 when the do not enter will look like beginning of the new story or the months past never happened because as for Kevin they're not confirmed with character arc. And top of that, when characters think the next story arc was supposed to be lighthearted after Lost Arc, well, I really don't think so because if you look at a Bob Upper arc back in the end of 2018, it had a light-hearted tone, and top of that, that was a very, very rare tone. Do you think SMG4 would make light-hearted Stu Arc? Well, that's not for CiblesYT's to say that. It doesn't matter the tone of Stu Arc, even light-hearted or darkest tone. That's up to SMG4 to decide that. And you cannot tell them what they're supposed to do like that. So if they make Wishlist look like a believable, but that would be very impossible. Like I mentioned about that before, SMG4 is still gonna be know that of usual because remember about fans who want to see Stu Arc plans for before Halloween special back in September 2020, back in 2022, where's the shoe talking about that? SMG4 also know that fans coming because they cannot make Stu Arc right before Halloween special or right after YouTube Arc back in 2020. Who is responsible with that? Well, I already mentioned about that because Holiday special also won't fit and Stu Arc either. So on top of that, and who the hell made that stupid, filthy version of War of Fatality by CiblesYT? Oh, I really do not agree with that. It's made like, when it said that I let an AI rewrite the essence for War of Fatality rap, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. I mean, that's not really nice to say, like, see like that. Who wrote that one? And I will not go to show you to that because if I put uncomfortable, then I will not go show you what you really lucky you with are. SMG4 will never ever add these very inappropriate lyrics for these War of Fatalities rap. I mean, that was very inappropriate.
I cannot count.
If SMG4 sees this, there will be very few men. I mean, why does SMG4 act like that way? Because they will never do that like that. If you pay attention to that battle from SMG4, they are very sensible, except CiblesYT. I really don't know if I really recommend it to trust that YouTubers or not. One is next to it or coming right after Valentine's special, we don't know if it will be focused on Megan's graduation or maybe still could be a movie next, like that. But it's still too early to talk about that because we had to wait first. And some 2020 of SMG4 was supposed to be stronger as last year, but then again, I'm not gonna tell him again like that. Like last year, like where SMG4's downfall has been began, is now get into NFT. And why now get into NFTs was beginning of SMG4 downfall, because at the beginning of the downfall of SMG4 back in last year. And all the downfall of SMG4 will still remain for the rest of 2022 and then this year of 2023 of SMG4, because it's still a downfall of remain. Remember about when Java first debuted back in January 2016 by Super Mario login called Mario the Babysitter, where entire franchises were beginning of downfall for the rest of 2016 or still falling years like 2017 and so on. Because look, just like that, a downfall still remain in fallen year, would it still remain? I mean, why they said, but why they said that like that? And on exchange videos like after Solo's arc, the franchise was beginning of rise. It all started with Among Us videos by on exchange. If people remember that from the last 2 years, on exchange was started beginning of the uprise. And of the following year, the uprise will still remain. And Super Mario login, already mentioned, is still stuck in downfall from like 2016 through possible first half of 2020. Right after Java's 18th birthday, the Super Mario logins will slowly begin to uprise again after a downfall. But it's still going to take goddamn ages like that to get uprise. And SMG4, after 2022, SMG4 downfall will still remain in this year and the rest of the franchise. We don't know when it's going to be back to uprises again like what Logan had. So you have to be very well patient. And why that is still downfall us remain was because of Karen Kaiso and Depresso. One of the most worthless characters ever. I really don't think 2020 videos of SMG4 could be very strong in this year because it's still downfall us remain. Doesn't matter if Mario go to mobile to get data update or any kind of future videos, it's still downfall us remain. Because it's still, I cannot help it as well. And CiblesYT's think this next story arc by SMG4 could be way longer than anime arc and Genesis arc. I mean, why SMG4 would do that? Why they would do that? Why they were afraid about that? It's the holiday special would get cancelled. If that story was way longer than Genesis arc or anime arc, then the holiday special will end up getting cancelled. That's why how much SMG4 very careful to make story arc without accidentally massive struggle. I don't fucking care then. I'm CiblesYT's, who the hell do you think you are? And yes, despite having Wishlist back in early January 2023, make it look like belief in, but I don't think so. And especially redesign nonsense like SMG4, SMG3, Facebook and above, that has nothing to do with that. SMG4 had to make redesign and also who try their best. You cannot tell them, but look, they've already been patched up after those two arc after the check-in first before or posting it because especially when it's sort of series, especially be very careful, or else even my recommendation is to don't bother it, because you don't know what's up ahead about that. To think about more for cinematic universe, a TV show theory nonsense, we don't know what's up ahead, so especially be very careful or don't bother with that, because some of these stuff will end up leading to spoilers, which that really take me off like that. And who's responsible with that? Steward of plans. As for Kevin, that's up to them to decide that. As for you, CiblesYT's, I really don't think if the wishlist of yours should be believable or not. But I don't think that's gonna be worked out. I mean, longer than Genesis or whether would do that. If Cyber was way to get really carried on the same nonsense, oh yeah, I wasn't forgot about nonsense. They wanted to see Studio Arc at the same time as other Studio Arc like YouTube Arc or Genesis Arc. I mean, why would SMG4 do that? If the Studio Arc could be a bit longer than Anime Arc or Genesis Arc, then the next video could be continue on where War of the Fat Italians was left off, like what Onyx came to Arc dead, but that's not really true. I mean, look, CiblesYT, who do you think you are like that? Yeah. If the Studio Arc will be the same time as the other one, then that will be very impossible to get through with. I mean, why would SMG4 do that? They are very best YouTubers. Just get a damn grab with that nonsense. If I really worry about if how the special get cancelled by SMG4 if that Studio Arc could be way longer than other one, because I'm really worried. I mean, who's responsible with? As for next Studio Arc could be focused on Megan's college, we still don't know what it could look like, because we have to wait and see first. If not, it's gonna be a movie, unfortunately. As for CiblesYT, because I don't know if the wishlist could be worked that way or look like a believing ball. I mean, why would SMG4 do that? And that's why I actually hate it, saying repeat. And top of that, so what you guys can think about CiblesYT's Wishlist of 2023, or he think Stuart Ogg will be sent or not, all the Stuart will Ogg, like Genesis Ogg or YouTube Ogg, it's never gonna be fucking happened. And top of that, I wish you need to start to cut your shit out, Cibbles, and go think about something else instead. If not, then some YouTubers going to contact YouTube to stop your nonsense like that. And on top of that, it's also not really fair on other fans as well. And the first ethical killer who not made Simulator Yanshush, and despite ethical accounts who not made Me the Cat or Simulator feeder profile, yeah, that will be uploaded on Wednesday, so that will be not be a problem like that. But on top of that, it's better just leave ethical Kevin alone, because that's option that is to make regular videos when they decide that. The spell also was very short because the run out of ideas and what the other ones you do CiblesYT all like that. I really do not even know. I don't know, but I still believe CiblesYT still, because not many fans who still believe CiblesYT still like Lucy the Westbrook I've on its Kane, Alex Spider, myself, and so on, except Mad Egg Warrior and so on, because we don't believe CiblesYT's videos still like that. It's just a piece of freaking nonsense like that. If they still carry on it that way, then that's when fucking we see that, then they will end up going to touch with YouTube to get rid of CiblesYT's channel off with a video. Nobody else believes that, because we do not many SMG4 fans, not many SMG4 fans made Wishlist for not many SMG4 fans can make Wishlist videos for a future of SMG4, yes, because for this year of SMG4, because we don't know what's up ahead, you know, and just let the year go by, you know. So what do you guys think about CiblesYT's nonsense? Because, and especially discussing what all the talent stuff after that, SMG4 would never have that like that. I think sports and need to get taken out as well, because if SMG4 receive healthy version of War on Fatality by CiblesYT, there will be very few men. And you know how really seriously that is CiblesYT. If they ever see that, then they will end up contact YouTube to get rid of that video for CiblesYT. If he would not let them. Did I do that? No. Because I really don't want to have that with very human army. So please comment below. Please subscribe and follow me in my channels. Link in the description below. Follow me in my TikTok, my Twitch, my Discord, and my page and channels. Click the bell for notification. And please, OctolingNinjala2017. I hope you enjoy it. Please, OctolingNinjala2017.